Okay, so here's the ECE476 exam 4 demo. It's not really any simple, obvious name for this one, so I'm just calling it that. Here's the program, is what it looks like running on the screen. I'm going to restart the program up here. I had to find a different app to use. This one is called I think it's called Micro Blue. So I renamed it to this guy, connecting to it. So now I'm connected to it. And this is going to be obnoxious. It's kind of just stuck there. It wouldn't work properly when I tried having the LED run off of a different output pin. And that one's obviously tied to the onboard LED. So I'm trying to make sure I get the phone screen in here too. Should be good. So if you can read these a little bit better, if it wants to focus. Well, the buttons are mode 3, 2, 1, and the speed is a number input here. So I'm just going to type in 100 right there for right now. So if I click to mode 1, you can see the LEDs go alternating. On the screen it changes mode to 1, speed is at 500 is the default, and acceleration reads nothing right now. I can change it to mode 2, changes mode 2 on the screen. Obviously the LEDs are on mode 2. I change the speed down to 100, updates speed on the screen and slows down, or actually speeds up because it was I think it might have actually been at 1 before. If I change the speed down to, let's put the speed at like 80, yeah, so it speeds up a little bit. Mode 1 gets, the lower the speed is, you can barely even see it. And then I can set the speed up to 1000, which it's only going to tick over every 1 second. And then there is mode 3. So I set it to mode 3. I don't think it picked up. There you go. So now it's on mode 3. And on mode 3 I have it runs 50 times, I think it is what I set it to, before it actually updates on the NeoPixel in the display. So it'll take the Z value 50 times. So just kind of for the sake of testing it, if I just wiggle this around, you'll see it updated the Z, or the acceleration, to 0.47, and then the NeoPixels change with it. So if I move it around some more, wait for it to update the next time, now it's at 2.0 exactly. So then that should be 200. And just to make it a little simpler to read, I have it set up right here. So here's a few that it's, because it just keeps updating them. Let's say this one is a binary 91. So that is 64 plus 16 plus 8 plus 2 and 1. So punch that in real quick. 64 plus 18 plus 2 plus 1. Is that what it was? 64, 18. Missing something. 64, 32, 18, 4. Or no, 18, 16, and 8. Sorry. Is 91. Which, I mean, you don't really need a calculator for that. But so I ran that through with a bunch of these. Well, I tested like 5, and they all work. And obviously it's binary numbers, just a conversion over. So right now this 0.89, well, it's not moving at all. It's roughly the speed of gravity. It's like sometimes it'll also read like 90 or 91 or somewhere around there. Usually it reads about 0.9. I think that's about everything. I've got the Bluetooth operating, lights change color. That one's kind of hard to demo because this thing doesn't really, like, you can get it to be negative, but since acceleration is kind of a hard thing to, like, it pops negative for a second. I'll wiggle this thing around for a little bit, see if I can get a negative one. Okay, yeah, so there's a negative one. So negative on the screen, LEDs are yellow. And up here, this binary number is just an absolute value, so that stays as a positive anyways. But I think that should be it. Showed that. I tried using Wi-Fi initially, so I spent a few hours with Wi-Fi last night, but I couldn't get the Wi-Fi program. Like I couldn't get it to function fast over Wi-Fi. I couldn't get my phone to connect to it at all for some reason with Wi-Fi, and my laptop is not the best by any means. So I think that might have to do with how slow it was, but it would take like 10 to 20 seconds usually to update. But the Bluetooth for my phone is basically instant. At least nothing noticeable. It's less than a second. And also, I couldn't get the Wi-Fi one. Like running it with Wi-Fi, I couldn't get it to keep running in the different modes while waiting for a Wi-Fi update, or like an update over Wi-Fi. So I just started playing around with the Bluetooth, and it worked perfectly the first time on the Bluetooth, so I decided to go with that.